Hi everybody, Hoople's cat, hands-free. I got my tripod today, I'm quite pleased with it. It's about $49 Canadian. Seems to be working quite well. One of the things we didn't say during the cottage bug out video, because when we got rid of the cottage, and the reasons why I did that, was that I had of course buried some stuff in the ground a couple of years ago. And we got them all up, mostly just the usual stuff, mylar bags of rice and stuff like that. One of the specific boxes I put in the ground, I'll show you, and we did a great video on this. Hey Bear. We did a great video on it, and you see 5 foot of sand basically where the cottage is, and it was bone dry. There's a little tiny bit of water damage now, but that's actually from being outside with the sand being washed off and thunderstorms we've had the last few days. The box we use I'll show you at the end, because it's kind of a different one. And some of the food stuff I'll show you at the end. But I just want to go quickly through some of this stuff, because a lot of it I wouldn't do now. I wouldn't have put this stuff. The box was envisioned to be the box that would save our bacon when we arrived. So the idea was that we'd be able to grow, trap and purify. There is no purification filters in this at all, because most filters would break under the strain of cold. The filters won't show any visible damage. But pretty much every single filter that you're going to buy should not be frozen. And the area we're at was going between -30 and plus 30 during the course of the year. So really not a great place to bury stuff. Just going to deal with Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear, stop it! So yeah, no water filter. But what really distressed me, 50 litres only of purification. Kind of stupid. The other thing that surprised me was I had 1 cup for boiling water, and I think probably more would have been a better idea, and probably some sort of a cheap rocket stove. I put this in. This is a found item. I like finding items. People throw stuff away all the time now. It's a Roots Canada single-walled stainless steel cup. So you can actually boil water in this quite easy if you take the plastic top off. And it's also a water container, which I thought was a good thing for me to put in. I put in matches, no lighter. I think I would have put a couple of propane lighters in, but I didn't. The only cordage I have is Day Glow, Night Glow from cordage. But at least I had cordage, but boy, there's a lot cheaper and better versions of this. I put in a whole bunch of plastic bags. Yeah, and I'll do that again. These are also bio waste bags. The full-size garbage bags, very thick, multiple uses. Good idea to put them in. Can't get chapped hands in the apocalypse. You know. The only gloves I put in, very thin garden gloves. Better than nothing, but there's a lot better ideas than that. Tools, very few tools. Very cheap, generic cutter with a pry bar idea on it. That was actually smart for where I was. Hopefully I would have better pry bars. A lot of cottages up there. It's actually a good idea to be able to get in without smashing windows. Just do the door jam. And that would have been good for that. And as you can see, it really didn't suffer any damage from being in the ground. A freebie Creek Stewart Pocket Box handsaw. Useful. What else? Oh yeah. Chinese generic solar lantern. You might have heard of Luminate. Luminate's an excellent product. I don't own any. I have 2 or 3 of these Chinese knockoffs, which is another issue entirely. But they work really well. Zero medical kit. I'm a nurse. Girlfriend's a nurse. Why would I put a medical kit in the bag? Interesting items. Safety goggles. Must have been thinking volcanoes back then. Diarrhea meds. That's basically it. And N95 masks. Got multiple of these. It's going to be a useful thing to have around for various reasons. Now this really shocked me. What you need in the apocalypse. And it's free from the dentist, probably why I put it in the box. Colgate toothpaste. Also, I put in 2 free toothbrushes. and a free dental toothbrush. I don't know what I was thinking. These are from a pocket box as well, so I shoved them in. It would have to be in a pocket before I use them. I did put in 4 containers of soap, and like I say, when this was dug up, these were bone dry. For some reason I put in this. Actually, it seals really well, and it's a good thing to have. But inside, what I did smart was put in sewing needles and a small pair of scissors. I know. I decided I needed to shave. Now the hunting bit was interesting. A free bird trap. Yeah, I guess. Get my 50 to 100 calories a day if I catch a bird or a small squirrel, but there you go. The only fishing stuff in here, bear in mind most of the local game would probably be hunted by others and I would have to hunt them with bow, would be fish. So I got this free pocket box hand reel. That's it. It really needs a small fishing rod for this sort of thing. If you are planning on fishing, have 2 or 3 small fishing rods and lots of line, lots and lots of line, lots of accessories. Because you know what? The stores are shut. You need to be able to hunt. This was kind of smart. Lots and lots of steel. This is actually, pardon my age, a Canadian product from welding. It's mild steel, and I'm not quite sure how much is in here because it doesn't actually say, but it's 2 pounds weight and 0.6 millimeters. So that would be good for traps. But again, I'm not going to probably be able to catch a lot of traps. I'd have to garden. That's my personal belief, and other people disagree. I'm not a huntsman, not a fisherman, and I think even my mad skills, and it's going to be really tough to feed yourself and be healthy for a year or 2 or 3 or 4 in grid down if you are not eating greens and you're not growing corn and you're not growing squash and you're not growing potatoes. That's my personal belief. I shoved in a survival blanket, part of the shelter system, to make a super shelter, and it didn't put in any transparent plastic. I did put in a nice roll of duct tape, kind of semi-useful. And again, I like free stuff, in my paper out, pocket box tarp. It's a good tarp, it would work. But you know, frankly up there, there's so much wood up there, and there's so many cottages up there, even in a burning situation, like a forest fire or whatever, I still would be able to find quite a bit of material to build a home. I probably am not going to need to build an actual super shelter in the woods ever, because I'll be in transit or I'll be at a base camp. So I really, it's good to have, and I would put it in. Mosquitoes need to eat. But I did bring some bug spray. Not a lot of bug spray because frankly, is your plan to live in the woods for 3 years and keep yourself covered in DEET the whole time? Not going to work. You're going to have to accommodate and get used to the bugs and time yourself and stuff like that. A mosquito net or 2 would have been a smart move in this bag. Sliced peaches. Good thing. Lots of meats, lots of that stuff. So basically I'm going to wind it up now. Billions of small tea lights. You know what, get bigger tea lights, get proper candles. Yeah, useful for fire starting and maintaining. So that's probably what I was thinking. I did bring some seeds. Nowhere near enough for what I would need to do, and no gardening tools, but I did bring some. And my only eating instrument is chopsticks, which I can use, my girlfriend can't, so I guess I was planning to feed her. That's kind of really it. I'll do a slow pan at the end to see it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off the tripod and just show you the other foodstuffs I got here, which is the salt and the coconut oil and some white rice and oats and kamut seeds. And I'll show you the box itself. And then the cheeser. So hold on a minute. The intermission dog. So the slow pan, this is what I thought I would need. I didn't mention this, but I got about 1.5 litres of packet water, so if I arrived there dead thirsty I could do it, even though there's a lot of water sources like right there. But like I say, I think I do need to figure out a decent burial filter system that won't compromise by ice and freezing cold. So I have to do that. I also brought Vaseline, again for my lips and my chappy areas, but also more as a fire starting adjunct. I think that'd be a good thing. So yeah, that's basically what I had. In terms of calories, although I'm vegan, there's a lot of fish and even some poor pork, ham bits. But you know what, calorie dense and intense is what I went for. Peanut butter, it looks okay. I might even use that. So that was basically that. The other adjuncts in the box was this, cheap salt, some backpackers pantry stuff, again to have a quick meal when I arrived, and the camel, which is a type of grain, it's a good grain, and the extra virgin coconut oil. I did shove in some Daytrix again, calories versus weight and space. So this was the box. It's a pity you didn't get the video, it was great, but anyway, it was down about 5 feet in sand. If anybody dug it out, which is highly unlikely, you would have that. And then the bag itself, everything was inside this and sealed up, and again the bag itself kind of warns you not to go into it. The reason I didn't leave the stuff at the cottage is because I really don't think I'd ever get back there in that minute circumstances. And I kind of thought about leaving stuff, but then I thought, I'd rather put it somewhere I know I'm going to be rather than somewhere I very, very unlikely would be. So that's it from me and Mr. Bear, except for the teaser trailer. One of the things you probably don't know about me is I'm kind of mental, and I love giving stuff away. This is not by any means the extent of it. I think what I'm going to do in the next 4 to 5 days, because apparently I've hit 40 subs because people enjoy this sort of video, is I'm going to put together some stuff, and I'm going to have more than one prize package, I think, because it's horrible to lose and I've come second multiple times. But before I get onto that, this is sprouting. So these are a plastic version, and I've gone with the plastic version because over time the metal ones will rust, and I don't care about the rust, but they will fracture. It's not quite ready, another couple of days, but I just wanted to show you what actually happens. They've tripled, actually quadrupled in volume at this point with stuff, so it's good. Probably not these ones, but I will put some hospital bath wipes in one of the prize packs. Some of these you have to supply your own mason jars, and probably give you some sprouting seeds. Oh, you don't speak French, do you, because you're Americans. Maple leaf tea. It's light and it's Canadian, and tea's good for you in the wilderness. This I may well give away as a prize pack, unless the spectator watches this and goes bonkers and wants it. This is maple flakes. There's lots of better ways of having carbohydrate sugar in the wilderness. These are really tasty, and I thought people might enjoy it from Costco, and there'll be some water. What I intend to do, and I'll just flip the camera around, because I hate talking to nobody, is what I'm probably going to do is have Prepologic's 8 methods, 8 areas of focus, and have a prize pack for each. So I might even go for 8 prize packages. I'm going to figure that out for next week. So he has air, heat, shelter, food, water, communications, security, and medical. So I'm going to put together, I think, a prize pack for each one. And then when I put out the video for the giveaway, it'll be, you say something on the video, like, Hoople's cat sucks, something like that. And then you'll be able to contact me, because I'll set up an email address at the same time, which I haven't done. And then you can send me your postal address and I'll post it to you anywhere in the world. And that's really it. And have a great day. And I'm going to go for a forest walk later on and make some tea. I actually get the girlfriend to use the BioLite. I might video that. But the weather is really bad today, as you can see. And I was talking to Daniel and Fingerlegs Prepper and J Thornton 64 online randomly this morning, and it seems like the whole of the east coast from Louisiana up to northern Toronto is having a lot of thunderstorms today. Okay, and au revoir.